What's going on, you guys? Joe here, and I got some requests to do kind of like a full day of eating with anabolic eating. So, what exactly does a day of anabolic eating look like? This is kind of like my morning routine. So I start the morning fasting. So what I'll have in the morning is, well, I'll just show you. I had some coffee, of course. And it has to be black coffee, no calories whatsoever. Okay, and I'll have a big old glass of water too. There's other alternatives you can have to coffee. So if you're not a morning, if you're not a coffee person, I would recommend green tea. However, you want to keep the, most people like to flavor their green tea with lemon. Or maybe put some cream in there, or whatever the case is. When you're fasting in the morning, you want to have absolutely 0 calories. So all I've got is my water and my black coffee, and that's going to keep me over for, I'm probably going to have another cup of black coffee and of course sip more water up until about, let's see, probably about 1 or 2 o'clock, and then I'll actually have my first meal. Because the last time I ate was at around, I think it was a little bit before 8 o'clock last night was when I finished my last meal. So I'm going to wait about 16 hours. By the time it's around that 16 hour, 15, between 15, 16, 17 hours, whatever, not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, show you what I'll eat for, kind of for the rest of the day. But I'm about to sit down and have my morning routine. I usually, you guys who follow me know I'm a Christian, so I'll read the Word and I will journal in the morning. And I'll have my coffee and my water, and then I will go ahead and get started working on some things and probably work out in the middle of the day. So anyway, that's my morning routine. I will see you guys later when I show you my next couple of meals. All right, so it's around 10:42. Okay, so I still have another probably an hour, hour and a half before I'm going to eat. I've been pretty well distracted with work, so I haven't really gotten hungry until just now, when I took my dog out for a walk just to take a little bit of a break, and now I'm like, man, I gotta eat. So instead, what I'm gonna do, just to kind of ward off this last little bit of time, I'm gonna get myself some green tea, which is what I'm doing right now. My wife loves tea, so I usually have plenty in the house. So, really the brand doesn't matter. I just take it kind of as just an appetite suppressant, just to get my stomach full with something other than just water, even though it's really not that bad. And what's so great about anabolic eating is that it forces you to drink water throughout the day, which I gotta fill my cup up, because you're trying to keep your stomach full, for the little bit of time that you are fasting. So, if you think about it like this, I will let you know that there's a few ways that you can anabolic fast. There's not just one. What I prefer is just to not eat in the morning and then eat, in the afternoon all the way up until maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. And then if you think about it, if you sleep for 8 hours, you're already, breaking your fast in half. So even if you're awake for just 8 hours, you can work with 8 hours and be slightly hungry, Eventually, you don't even get hungry. I just start working, after I have kind of my morning routine, and that distracts me enough where I'm really not getting hungry. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to have some tea, and then I'm going to show you some meals that I'm going to actually eat. Now, I will say this because you might be thinking, well, what about workouts? With anabolic eating, when do you actually start working out, or when's it okay to work out? I always advise everyone to work out around the time where you can eat, where you can get a meal in first, and then, get a post-workout meal in as well. So you never want to work out on an empty stomach, because unless you had a massive meal the night before, and those carbs are still in your bloodstream, they're still in your body and can be burned when you're, working out. you want to actually fill your body with nutrients before your workout, because if you don't, it's going to burn through your muscle tissue, because it's going to need some sort of energy to support your workout, and what it may do is burn through your muscle mass. So what you want to do, if you are following the anabolic eating plan, which I'll go ahead and leave in the link below where you can actually grab a copy if you'd like. But if you are following that, make sure that your fasting is revolved around your workout for the day. So if you are working out today, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're getting a meal in before. So plan your fast accordingly, but get your meal in before you work out instead of working out on an empty stomach. So that's a question I get a lot. Thought I'd answer that really quick while my tea is heating up here, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you in just a little bit what my first meal of the day looks like. Alright you guys, so it's time to eat. Like I promised, I'm going to show you some of my meals today. So I'm going to have, for the first meal, I'm going to have some salmon and rice, which I actually already have cooked up. My wife made it yesterday. I don't know if you can see that there. But a pretty good chunk of rice. I'm going to get a ton of carbs in. The salmon, not bad either. Probably about 20 grams of protein in the salmon. And I'm also going to have some honeydew. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and have that all together. So that's going to be meal number one. And one more thing that I have with every meal. I know that I've showed you guys this before, but I also have the Masszyme. So I'm going to take 3 of these with my meal. I was asked in an email the other day of, because I mean, if you're taking 2 or 3 with a meal, how much does that add up? Are you going through a bottle a month or what? It actually usually lasts me more than 2 months. So just longer than 2 months for a bottle of Masszymes. So that kicks butt, because most stuff is just kind of a 30-day thing. So that's it, meal number one. I'll check you guys on the next meal. Alright you guys, so it's been about 2 hours since my last meal, which you saw was the salmon. Next, I'm just going to have a snack, really. It's going to be a kind of like a protein pudding, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it right now. Alright, so basically I'm just going to put it all in a bowl here, and I'm just going to scoop out about a tablespoon of peanut butter. I only have about 12 grams of whey protein that was in there. So, I mean, really not a lot, especially compared to what all the other guys are doing with their 25-gram protein shakes and all that. And really what I do is I just dump water in, and I'll mix it up, and I'll show you kind of the finished product. So there you have it. Just a little bit of peanut butter protein pudding, vanilla pudding. And of course I've been drinking my water, and then I'm going to take 2 capsules of Masszymes. I'm going to take that with the protein here. Alright you guys, so the last meal that you saw was probably around 2 hours ago, which was the protein powder and the peanut butter that I went ahead and I made a little pudding out of that. But now I'm gonna, I'm feeling hungry again. That's the thing, when you're in that 8-hour window, I know for me especially, I just eat whenever I feel like it. So if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat because in just a few more hours I'm gonna start my fast again. So let me just preface this by saying a lot of the things that I eat when my wife is not home is extremely boring. I will let you know that I am having a delicious pizza tonight, which I'll show you. But my wife's not here, so I am, eating old bachelor foods. Let me tell you, you can get a lot more creative than what I'm getting creative with here. I'm not just eating bro meals, that's just not my everyday thing where it's the salmon and the rice and the eggs and protein powder and stuff like that. That's just kind of what I have access to right now, and I don't quite have time to cook up something delicious. However, if you do, then that's something you definitely want to do. I mean, enjoy this 8-hour period. Get a good chunk of protein in, around 80 to 100 grams of protein. Have, plenty of good carbs and fats. but also especially get some fiber in as well. But I'm going to have some of this instant brown, let's see, brown sugar oatmeal. So I'm going to have that with, I'm going to throw some craisins in there too. And then I have got the pan I'm about to get ready, and we're going to cook up some eggs. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to whip this up, and then I will see you guys at the next meal. Alright you guys, so it is 6 o'clock, and I'm about to put dinner in the oven that my wife picked up. And it is a pizza that I was talking to you about. It's a freshly made pizza. I forgot what's on it. It's some type of sausage type something. I'm not quite sure. I know it's not exactly sausage, but we got that. We got spinach. We have looks like roasted red peppers, mushrooms, and cheese. And it's on like a homemade dough that they make there. So anyway, that is going to be my dinner. And I think I have a protein bar also around here, so I'm probably going to have half a protein bar. The protein bar is about 30 grams of protein. I'm going to have half, so I'll have 15 grams of protein from that for dessert. Probably with one more cup of coffee, and I will be all set by 8 o'clock. I plan on, being done with my anabolic eating window, and then I'm going to start my anabolic fasting, and then we'll kickstart it the next day. So anyway, you guys, there you have it. That's a full day of anabolic eating for me. Like I said, it was a little bit boring. I had, just some basic foods just because I was really working all day, and I didn't have a chance to get out and maybe go to a restaurant or, mess around in the kitchen a little bit longer. So it was, a little bit more basic stuff, but this will be a great way to finish off the day. And I will start again tomorrow. So there you have it, you guys. Please feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you did like the video. If you do want to see more eating videos, whether it's full day of eating videos or cooking videos, whatnot, go ahead and just leave a comment down in the box below for me. Let me know that you did like the video, you want to see more. And of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. And again, I do have a link down in the description box below for you to pick up a copy of Anabolic Eating if you haven't already. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.